mai hoki mai, and welcome back into our coverage of day one of the Pasifika Youth Cup for 2023. Been great to have your company throughout the afternoon. Some exciting young talent on display here from throughout the Pacific, and our final match from the Premiership division here at the tournament. It sees Tonga up against the Cook Islands. Hone Haunui Rapana, cultural advisor for the Pasifika Aotearoa Collective, is with me. Jeff McTainch once again in commentary. Kia ora hone. I'll tell you what, we've seen some exciting rugby league this afternoon, some exciting talent on display too, and cannot wait for this final match of the afternoon. Two exciting teams.
Hey, Tihe Mauriora ki te whaiao, ki te Marama. Exactly that. Jeff, Tonga defending champs for the under-18s PYC. Last year they were successful against the New Zealand Māori, and as we've seen in the Championship division, Tonga creating pathways with their development side. But got to keep an eye out for their number 10 and captain Rodney Tuipolotu Vea, MVP for the secondary school competition last year, held in Rotorua, Puketawhero. Also a member of the Counties Manukau Stingray side. And fortunate to be a part of the SG ball for the One New Zealand Warriors, which competes this year in the competition. Having a look at the Cook Island side. Got a few of these young men who came from their Māori whakapapa, but also have their traces back to the Cook Islands to Rarotonga. 13 Mahaki Wilson from the Taniwharu Rugby League Club, also played for the Waikato Māori, but this tournament deciding to represent his Cook Island heritage.
We've seen wins today for Tonga Development and the Championship. Also Fiji, some excellent touch, and then just before the break, Samoa over Aotearoa New Zealand Māori.
That was an upset, that one. Māori have really had some good teams competing in all the age groups of the PYC and haven't really had a defeat in any of the pool matches. So Samoa taking it out against them in the 18s here is just an indication of how much they've grown, and off the back of the Rugby League World Cup. Hey, Samoa. As we get ready with our match officials, Jack Fevers from the South Island, with the man in the middle, supported by Vigo Rasmussen and Paki Parkinson.
How important, Huni, on a tournament like this? Obviously, you've got to start well, but also for the coaches, for management, managing players' fatigue and really working your squad that way heading into the next 3 days.
They're fortunate to have unlimited interchanges and 5 players on the interchange bench, and so all of our sides now able to make up for the duration of the tournament, or having access to that, as Rodney Tuipolotu Vea leads his side out to the field. And you can hear the Tongan crowd go wild.
And just a reminder that tomorrow we've got another full board of games kicking off at 10 a.m. with Tokyo.
There's been great support for all of the islands teams here at Bay Roskill this afternoon. Has been hot, but as you can see by the flag there, the Tongan flag, blustery conditions. Tough in some situations to play in, Hone, but also a little bit of respite from that hot weather that we've had today. Lucky enough to have that as well.
Culture being a huge aspect of the PYC competition, but for those who are just joining us, in our first Premiership match, there was a penalty. Any team that crosses the 10 metre during their cultural performance will be penalised. But in the instance of the Māoris versus Samoa, both sides had crossed the line, and so what happens there is the captains from both teams spend the first 10 minutes in the sin bin.
We'll see the Omainuku Tumutumu from the Cook Islands. And Sipitao from Tonga, the traditional challengers. Those challenges, or now anything to go by, we're in for a cracking final game here on day one.
Passion, pride, culture, traditional practices, all on display as they begin the battle. Yeah, before the game is the battle, before the battle is the bigger battle. And so now as our two sides gather themselves, tactics, game plans, strategy. Mate Tonga, defending champions in the PYC and the 18s.
Wonderful tournament last year, made it to the final, of course. Victorious over Aotearoa Māori. And all business this afternoon, steely focus. So much talent throughout their squad. Colwyn. We'll get the final match of the afternoon at Bay Roskill underway. PYC 2023. It is Mate Tonga, Cook Islands, and an early possession for the Cooks as they begin their set.
Numbers in the defensive structure there from the Tongan side, really showing a focus in terms of their strategy. Cook Islands up to it in attack, shifting the ball a little wide off the ruck.
He finds Eleu.
Finds his front, two markers down.
Again, Kamawai just wondering which way to go, who to pass to, and it's Filo. McBurns it is who has it, so now the Cooks.
Great first set from the Cookies.
Send one downfield, and it's into touch off the Tongan player.
Wonderful outcome there. They got to their kick. Did a mistake from the Tongans at the first touch of the ball. It's the wind day, wind playing a key part in the flight of the ball. As the Cookies go from 40 metres out from the Tongan try line.
Rama Akave finding some runners. One off here, and Tiura It is, as they look to make inroads on this set. And Tonga's half. Another touch for that man with the 11 on his back. Samuel pops it away too, but Tonga's defence slowing down the play of the ball. Now stacking up down this right edge, deciding to come back the other way. As Balu places back for the Cooks, and again stacking up the numbers, and all that looked high, and they're pleading for penalty from the referee too. None coming.
15th final play, they scoop from dummy half.
They're trying to power their way
Let
over.
the ball go.
The ball is still there for the Cook Islands. There's the kick through. There's the chase, and work to do from Tonga inside their own goal.
Gets out, yep.
And some excellent work too. Otoa, it was the fullback.
It's a good kick return. He's made it to the 10. Tonga now with the first opportunity with the ball in hand. 15 metres out from their own try line.
And asked to make some tackles here. Low Tonga will look to use their big ball carriers, try and punch away through Cook Islands' defence. Slow play of the ball, but there it is again for Tonga as they look for some space over on this left edge.
Great shape.
Trying to spin through was Vake. He's done well too. Vake to ground, 10 metres inside Cook Islands half here. Here comes the kick.
Good first set from the Tongan side.
Now just bobbled at the back. Otoa. And it is stable in the set. To ground he goes. And up to warm into their work again. Just a feeling out period here. A few nerves. Final game of the afternoon. And a good crowd too.
Looking good so far from the Cook Island side. Mahaki Wilson takes his first hit up. Standing in the tackle, that's the 40. Apologies, that's Demetrius Pedrere.
Pedrere will play back and will come back. Akave, and here's the kick from the standoff. Burns.
They find the touchline. It was a fast-paced start to this match between Tonga and the Cook Island side. Both sides be happy with the breather here, or with the change in rules. No scrum pack down. Immediate play the ball, 10 metres in from the sideline. As we look to the interchange bench for the Mate Mā Tonga side, unlimited interchanges.
I need those today as well, and through the course of the tournament over the weekend. Playing it back, Vake. Tonga. Good strong defence in there. 3 Cook Island players, including Schwalger. Tonga though win the penalty.
Referee Jack Fevers, not the Cook Island side, not allowing the Tongan player to get to his feet.
To play some territory, Filo.
Mahanga, hold your shape.
Referee's whistle goes.
There'll be plenty of Tongan support out there, as Tonga are the host nation of this PYC tournament. As we get play on the way.
Good strong carry this time, Pieto. That's how you move it forward. And Tonga looking good in this set. Avea taking the ground. They had to keep an eye on him, the Cook Islands, but still on here for Tonga. Desperate defence. Sua close to the line here, and very close, in fact, reaching. That's been lost. Referee, though, has his arm out very close here, wasn't it?
There's a scoop there from dummy half, and the foot of the Cookie player playing an impact there. And the referee calls knock forward against Tonga. And the Cook Islands restart 20 metres out as the ladies on the sidelines celebrate their young men representing their home nation.
So they survived the first real raid from Tonga to the Cook Islands. Just happy to keep their completion high, keep it clean. Opening 7 minutes of the half, 30-minute halves, folks, in the PYC tournament. As Samuel again carries forward. It's a few touches for him already in this opening half. Kave just searching for runners, but good defence. Tonga driving the player Tiura back. Here comes the kick from Jade Burns. High it is too, and it's read beautifully as well. Excellent take under the high ball.
Putting Tonga on the front foot now.
Aleki Seal Falau, the fullback, with a clean pair of hands, and now they're well and truly on the front foot. Calling some players in support. Koma Vai, he finds a good runner too, trying to split them, gets the ball away beautifully as well. Tonga rampant, searching for the first try there. And they're 10 metres out here from the Cook Islands line. Players going forward, busting through, very close again. Sua, it was. Now there's numbers, can they shift it through the hands here? And desperate defence coming. Te Rore for the Cook Islands. Players around the corner, straightening, going the other way. Wonderful stuff, excellent try, Tonga. And it's Frank Vanuku who gets it.
He risked his arm, he took a chance there, Vainuku. Referee had put the signal up, fifth and final, so decides to scoop from dummy half. Spins out of the first tackle as we take a look at the replay. Shows it to the right, he comes back to the left. Shifts, beats 1-2, spins out of a tackle, and no problem at all, slams the ball down for the first try for Matema'a Tonga. Vainuku. Very dominant display there. Real aggression. Happy to get the first points for his side.
They get the extras too, as the Tongan flags fly proudly here at Bairosco.
Cohen Komavai with the conversion, takes the score 6-0. But as we take a look now again at Frank Vainuku, beat 3 players in their play.
He did well to come back on the angle, didn't he? They had numbers moving it away to the right edge. Very, very hard to stop a player of that skill.
Italy was hungry for the ball. The forwards had been dominating the attack for the majority of the sets. It looked like Frank Vainuku had had enough of being starved of the ball.
So the early lead to Tonga, 6-0. Winding up. They win a penalty as well. Liao.
2 in a tackle. Cook Island boys stripping the ball out. Looked innocent. The man in the middle, Jack Fevers.
Roll the middle.
Calls the penalty. Tonga now.
Important set here for Tonga. Consolidate the try. To Vainuku. The big boys going up the centre of the park here. And wear this Cook Island side down. Second receiver is Basin. Komavai. And Tonga just looking down the left edge here and finding some space, and good strong carry this time. Manako Piutau running with some real tempo now, Tonga. And again finding some space in defence, but the ball is loose. Just as Tapana Sua.
No numbers, space out wide here. Here's Demetrius Dede. Decides to settle and take the tackle.
Trying to counter off the error near their own line. The Cook Islands here, and this time some sting in the defence of Tonga.
The backs for the Cook Islands now coming through, do some work. Taking some pressure off their forwards.
Nice scoop and go out of acting half of Dua. Getting Cook Islands on the front foot. Again, drawing back, good defence, big time. Tiura. But we're pleased if they can get through and complete the set here. Cook Islands, some hands on the ball. That's what it's all about. Try and settle into the half here. Now the kick will come. Te Rore.
Finds the grass to get the bounce back.
Lovely bounce and take.
Ready.
And here it comes for the Cook Islands. Trying to reply, trying to hit back, and they will. Brilliant play, excellent play. And Te Rore gets it.
Out of nowhere play, they just looked at what was in front of them, the Cook Island side. A chip, a chase, they regather. As we take a look at the replay, the try scorer there, Te Rore, decides to go for the chip and chase. Fortunate bounce to a second row, who spins and keeps the ball alive, Demetrius Dede. The ball just goes behind the back of Petero. And on the inside channel, the man who started it all, Mason Te Rore.
He certainly did it all there. Te Rore. And that is just the response they were after.
Great character by the Cook Island side. They've been under so much pressure from these big Tongan forwards. With Atapana Sua alongside Rodney Vau, putting the pressure on from the Tongan side, dominating, getting over the advantage line, and to respond with the try.
So this to square it up.
It's the captain, Leon Richards.
He has. So 6 apiece. And, well, he did it all, didn't he? Te Rore.
Te Rore, and looking for the bounce back was Schwalger. And this juggle here could have went anyway, but Petero looked inside to who was straightening up, and Te Rore, man on a mission.
Otahu Rugby League Junior Club. Te Rore out of Mangere East. And an excellent try to bring them back into the contest here.
A bit of a list of achievements there, the young fella.
See too, he's an Auckland wrestling champion as well.
Kiyorahi national champ last year, Wakaama, and of course competed in the Sean Johnson Cup.
Does it all.
Good kick here, good kick from Tonga, bouncing the field of play, which then means it's a dropout from the Cook Island side. Both sides with a good response to come in off the back of a try against them. As you see on the replay, looking for the blue marked lines, indicating the field of play. And our match official, Viggo Rasmussen, on the sideline there. So the Cookies already have to pull their sleeves up. Keep an eye out for 13 for Tonga Atapana Sua. He gets heavily involved. He creates the shape for the Tongan side. From there, they're able to bounce off and build off that momentum. But it's a penalty.
Good carry, Michaeli, low. And so after conceding that last try.
Komavai happy to start things, and sure enough, Basin to start the set.
So
driving, look at the feet work, the footwork.
Well, Sessi Basin inside the 10, Tonga. Now again, very hard to stop here, spinning, scoring.
There's that man, Atapana Sua. Creates the shape, offloads the ball to the captain, Rodney Tupalo Tuvea.
You mentioned in the build-up, Hone, didn't you? Well, you were sure he would pop up, and Some great reads here, excellent passing, and that's just all about strength.
Big, bad, strong. And off the field, he's a soft teddy bear, Rodney. MVP at the secondary school tournament. Also a member of the One New Zealand Warriors SG ball team. Last night they had the launch, coached by Adam Blair.
Got my weight. Sends it through, so Tonga score their second try, 12-6. Punch, counter punch, and they land another.
Take a look at the replay here. These two have been working in combo. Atapanasua there, takes it forward. Short ball, Rodney. Hit, spin, dive, try time.
There's been a good crowd all afternoon. Enjoying seeing these young men on display. As we said earlier, for some, they'll go on to higher honours. But great to see them all get the opportunity in the shop window, as it were. Tonga again, they carry Fale this time to get the set going. Like a Fale. Gee, they're looking good. On off so direct, so much power. As Tongan forward pack, second rowers, and now again, just shifting it beautifully. Vea linking up, Tonga just goes to ground. Basin tried to find Tuipolotu.
They pushed it there. They tried a little bit too hard. Could have settled there. They had done the good work. But Basin just trying to get around the winger, coming in to cover tackle.
Goodness me, Rodney Vea again. Just the half break, freed the arm, found the supporting player. Pretty to watch when it's played like that this game.
The Cookies, they've been starved off the ball since their last try. They've had to defend back-to-back sets of penalties. So coming out of their own half, 30 metres out, the captain, Leon Richard.
Amakave just shifting it on to Jade Burns, the 5'8", and trying to create some work down the left edge, and there it is. There it is for the Cooks this time. Patero trying to drag him to this near touch.
Keeps the ball alive. Here
Still
comes
alive.
Terore.
Again, trying to split them, but a very good tackle had to be made. Mosesi Basin, it was. But the set well and truly alive for the Cooks.
Samuel, 10 metres out from the Tongan try line.
Kayla Samuel right in front of the post here. Out of acting half, Ben.
Terore challenging the defensive line. The small halfback.
Ben again, they go the other way. Trying to catch them napping this time down the right edge. Berg floating past, beautiful. Leon Richard.
Seems to be a bit of concern here. We'll see what the referee says. He's taking it back to centre field. Turnover.
Almost worked out a treat there. Some great ball movement from one edge to the other, but just not enough to get on the outside. Tonga being asked to make some important tackles defensively, stretching them.
The Cookies looked up, saw the compressed defence from the Tongan side, so they shifted it out wide.
That's better from the Cook Islands though. Can they put a big defensive set in here? Try and get a healthy start of possession inside Tonga's half on their set.
Tonga looking a little bit flat. Basin.
Trying to split them again.
Split them.
Basin does.
Rodney, here comes Rodney.
Here he is.
Running like a centre, wearing the number 10.
He gets them right on the front foot, and now they stack up down the edge. Donny for Tonga, close, and they're going to score.
That set was too fast off their quick play. The ball, the camera couldn't even keep up, but it's Atelea Filo, the number 6 for the Tongan side. gets the try before they go into the halftime break.
You called it. Guess who on that?
Rodney Tuipolotuvea, the co-captain. Good cover defense there though from the Cook Islands, but it's the quick play the ball and straight out of the ruck. Dummies to the left-hand side, and as I said, the camera couldn't keep up. He was that fast. And just out the end there, spins. Atele Filo places the ball, try time.
Lovely finish, Filo. That's you can have all the defensive systems in the world when you've got a player like Vea, Tuipolotu Vea, helping run the show. Extremely hard, so unpredictable. And Tonga.
As we see the development side, who are competing in the championship division. They come off with the win today against Niue. Komavai needs the extra 2, makes no mistake. 18-6, 7.5 to go. Good footwork there from the young 6, Filo.
7 to go until the break. You feel next score, momentum is with Tonga, but next score so crucial for the Cook Islands. Try and get to halftime with no more damage done, because the boys in red and white running red hot at the moment.
Richard kicks it deep, millimetres from the sideline, but Tonga bring it back, centering up.
This time they run across the park. Elau, he's doing well too, fending players at will. Great carry.
It's 25 metres off their first hit up.
Excellent work on the first tackle, and now there's options down the short side. Spinning through the tackles, Piertol. And they've got
it's a penalty.
Penalty here as well, so
referee Jack Fevers. Players not letting him get up, holding down in the tackle. So Tonga piggyback right up the field.
Yeah,
20 metres off that kick.
Good clearance too on the try score, Filo. So they begin the set, 10 inside the Cook's half. Lucky passes on, and good strong hit up, big carry this from Piertol, the second rower. Players queuing up. Tuipolotu Vea again. They're desperate to hold him as long as they can on the ground, but Tonga, one-way traffic at the moment. Tangi Noa are doing their best to hold the big man up, and they do just. But some heavy numbers waiting on the right edge now. A little bit of depth out the back, the beautiful pass away for Low. And they just managed to bundle him into touch to the fullback. But Aleki Seal Falau, he knows he was all so close there.
Great read there from Dimitri Estede for the Cook Island side. Just staying out, saw the ball go behind him. Let's go of the first point of contact, but make sure the second time as they drive Poutoa to the sideline. Leon Richards now for the Cook Islands starts their set.
Yeah, good defence. Can they build a bit of momentum off of that? Denying Tonga the try.
Cassius Bell with the second hit up.
But equally, Tonga would love to go in the final 4 minutes to the half with big defensive set here. As we know, that is what wins the championships at the end of the day, and a long way to go in this tournament. The Cooks now through their second rower, Jesse Elias Schwalger.
They've stayed up with this play, the Cook Island side, as they make it to the kick. Finds the grass, goes between the fullback and winger.
That's a good bounce for the Cooks, just pegging Tonga back inside their own half and unable to get momentum up on the first carry. And a chance for them to get their defensive line there, but as I say that again, Tonga just looking to split players at will here. Vainuku it was.
Lolesio.
Moatu out of acting half, gets it away. And another big carry again. Tangi Noa, so hard to bring down, but eventually 3 or 4 Cook Islands players do. Running freely here. That's with the halfback, Tuipulotu, trying to find a supporting player. Still driving, good leg drive from the 7.
It's the 5th and final. They switch back to the open. It's the captain.
Oh, it
Rodney,
just shows it, gets it
offload.
away. Beautifully, still alive for Tonga. Straight through the gap, but excellent defence in the end. Shuts the set down.
They're huffing and puffing this Cookie side. Look where they got to start from, 5 metres out from their own try line.
Taylor Samuel, some great work defensively. Shut out Moatu.
Look at that defensive drive there. They've driven him back in the tackle. Referee just making sure if it's a try or just a good tackle there that's driven the Cook Island side back into the in goal. A turnover. Hunger.
So the dropout and possession again. Oh, just sloppy. Oh, that's untidy. Bit disappointed with that.
Cookies breathe a sigh of relief there. They were under an immense pressure.
Makafale. We take those 9 out of 10 days at training. Always must be hard when they're playing the final game of the day. You've seen the action and you're expected to get that energy up for the fans.
Well, you get excited for it, and now, as we do come down to the final few minutes of the first half, you know, a bit of fatigue there will be present. You've waited all day long. You get the hottest part of the day to play in.
Jade Burns.
But the Cookies will be satisfied. No more damage made.
Here is a run from the captain, Richard. We've seen some players running some lovely lines off shoulders today, and Cook Island's trying to find something here down the right edge, and there it is. Samuel, they do find it. Beautiful pass, and they're going to score. What a way to end the first half here, and it is the fullback, AJ Potoa, who gets it.
Wonderful work keeping the ball alive and just drawing and passing there from the Cook Island side. That is exactly the way they wanted to finish the first half. Look at this coming out of their own for half. The 50 there. They shoot to the blind side. It's the matter of draw and pass, finding the gap. The inside hole opens and the back rower. That's Samuels who opens things up and then offloads to AJ Potoa, as all good fullbacks do. In support, with speed, with pace. It's try time for the Cookie Islands.
AJ Potoa out of Otahu Rugby League Club. That is just what they needed. All the momentum with Tonga. It's something to think about now heading into the halftime break. Handy for Richard. And just like that, it's a 6-point ball game. Final match of the day here on day 1 of the Pasifika Youth Cup. And it is Tonga who lead the Cook Islands 18 points to 12. Mai Hoki Mai, welcome back to Bay Roskill, home of the Vikings, and another close one here. Had some good rugby league throughout the day. 4th game of the day, day 1, Pasifika Youth Cup. And Tonga made a good start, and it was Frank Vainuku who found his way back on the inside angle through traffic. Spinning round, numbers away to the right, and just Too hard to stop that close to the line. Albeit a good attempt by Samuel. And then this was, this was brilliant. Just reading the space, Te Rore for the Cooks. Some lovely hands, players in motion. Still had plenty of work to do, but the presence of mind, Petilo Petiro, to come back in and find that man, the halfback. Te Rore had the response. Then it was the Red Wave who came forward again, using their big front row forwards, second row as well. And Philo, the standoff, he had a good hand in that first half. So did Rodney Tuipiloto Vea. And excellent stuff to finish the half for the Cook Islands. Some lovely play, linking up beautifully, and AJ Maltoa had a reply just as Tonga were all over them. So 18 plays 12 at the halftime break. And back on the other side here, Pasifika Youth Cup 2023 live and exclusive on Sky Sport. Numai Hoki, mate, welcome back. Second half about to get underway. Tonga converted try lead over the Cook Islands here. Final game of day one, Pasifika Youth Cup. As the sun continues to shine down, it's been a beautiful afternoon. Been treated to some wonderful rugby league, great expression of culture, and some real passion from these young men. And it's just with the start the Cooks wanted, wasn't it?
Well, the Cookies are coming off a strong finish of the first half, getting that last try there before we went into the break. And they're starting the second half just the same way they finished the first, with eager intention to score some points. And they get an early opportunity off the first hit up, mistake from the Tongan side. As Jade Burns looks to feed the scrum. They shift it out to the left-hand side for the Tongan side.
Chance here for the Cooks.
Cookies
running back on the angle. As Tonga has to make some early tackles. Can they cash in here off of the mistake? The Cook Islands, Gaylus Samuel, driven back.
He's had a good first half, Samuel's very busy, putting his hand up for attack.
Boko pops the ball away. Keeping it alive here, the Cooks, and now Richard putting a fend on, trying to drive his way through. Three Tongan defenders, but they're inside the 10, and right on the front foot now, the Cooks. Oh, lovely little shift. Held the pass initially, floats it away, and I just can't take it away on the edge. So Tonga, opportunity off turnover ball.
Very fortunate, the Tongan side. The early mistake didn't turn into points.
They choose to go down the short side up smartly though on William Payne, the defence. Tonga employing a carry of some of their big boys.
The Cookies with good numbers in the tackle, slowing down the ruck. Able to reset their line.
There's a good shoulder, Tiura, for the Cook Islands.
Messi played the ball. Referee lets it go.
Here we go again, just finding a bit of space, and once more looking for the offload. Naufahu. To Naufahu it was. There's the kick. And it's gone backwards.
Charge down.
So Tonga through to Vita Naufahu again. He's just busting straight through, fending. Looking for support, excellent run. Yeah, Tonga making some great inroads, 10 inside the half. Up Main Street once more. Gee, they're mixing, they play well. The width, the carries, and just players who are so dangerous on their feet again. Ilimuatu, hard to bring down, they eventually do, as Tuipolotu looks for his options.
They come to the short hand side.
Some big players waiting away to the right. They go short and then back on the angle. Vake.
Go, Bama!
Plenty of support here, both teams vocal on the sidelines. Final game of the afternoon. Tonga looking to make a bright start to the second half here. Spinning and scoring.
Manako Piutau. Looks like it's confirmed from the referee, Jack Fevers. That came out of nowhere, their play. Just a simple off the ruck cut ball back in on the inside. And Manako Piutau spins in the tackle, gets rid of one and takes two over with him. It's the first try in the second half and it goes to the Mate Matonga.
We've seen some lovely cuts throughout the afternoon and well, getting the ball that close to the line, he's plenty of power in the legs. Manako Piutau. And after conceding the late try to the first half, it's Tonga who scored the first to the second. I always talk about that 10 minutes either side of the break, whether it's 13s or 15s, doesn't matter. So important to harness the momentum.
Norman Tuipolotu, 20 out from in front, 10 metres to the left.
Plenty of wind to contend with as well. Tuipolotu. And this time he can't affect it, so it's away to the right. But the 10-point lead to Tonga.
As we check the replay, this is all power here and identifying where about on the field he is. And so Manako Piutau comes from a deep angle. And with momentum, takes the two Cook Island boys over this try line with them. Gets the first try of the second half. And that's everybody's uncle. They're using the mat, the whairiki, as a blanket.
Well, they've enjoyed it today. Credit to everybody involved in this tournament, not just, of course, the teams, the coaching staff, but all the vendors. People have turned up and have created a real atmosphere. Feels like a weekend. It's a Thursday. Plenty of rugby league left over the next 3 days, and that is coming from the back fence. Big time for Antonio Tanginoa. Trying to get Tonga on the front foot.
Lalesio getting involved early in the set.
This will help too.
He's done well. Bit of speed in the ruck contributed, and from that, wanted the quick play to ball.
Get a piggyback out. And, well, this is a dangerous time for the Cooks. Can ill afford to let Tonga get on top of them. They have counter-punched well through the course of this match, but Tonga start to go bang-bang with a couple of tries. Look out, and that's a good start to the set. There's Vake just fending, and in the end, it's Selwyn Cecil who manages to wrap him up around the bootlaces.
He goes the try scorer, Manako Piutau, looking to get involved. 20 metres out from the line, they shift it back to the open side.
Powerful second row, gets them on the front foot. Now there's space down the right edge for Tonga, and they're going to score. That is a beautiful try, wonderful footwork. And Frank Vainuku is the one who scores it.
That's the second try in the match, Vainuku. He got the first one earlier in the game. But look at the power here, determination. Beats one, beats two, takes three to bring him down, which sets up the play for this try here from Frank Vainuku, but he had a bit of work to do. Brings it back on the inside, steps left, beats the play on the inside, decides to take the fullback on the outside, and Frank Vainuku gets a double. Tonga now 26 points to 12 with the conversion to come.
That's classy, hard to do when you're heading into third gear. To put the fend on too, lovely balance, lovely poise. Frank Vainuku. Defending champions flexing 26-12. That's a lovely kick. And oh, just not quite making it. Kisio Falau. Some finish here, Hone.
Yeah, well, as mentioned, Frank Vainuku, good footwork, good speed, good pace. He looked up, made sure that he knew where he was and the fullback coming across the cover. Gets him on the outside. Dives over for the second try in the second half. As we look at the other centre there, Vake. Ngana Tatafu Vake. He'd be happy with a centre pairing with Frank Vainuku today. As Richard kicks us off. Tanginoa looking for Tanginoa. He starts the sets really well for Tonga.
Again, that man does have it.
But the Cookies up to it this time, put him on his back.
Yeah, they read him this time. Knew all about it. And the Cooks at, using their forwards well in the set. Tonga.
Sua.
Again, this time.
Fino, he keeps the ball alive, and Sua, he was dangerous in the first half alongside the captain, Rodney Tuipolotuvea. He spent a bit of time on the interchange bench as we started the second half.
Tuipolotu heading back across to the right. He's taken in the centre of the field. 10 metres inside Cook Islands half, and here they go again, Tuipolotuvea.
As referee Jack Fevers calls the fifth and final for Tonga. Here's Norman Tuipolotu. Looks to the air.
And just overcooked it, hasn't he? Tuipolotu. I've seen that intent today, though, on the fifth and final. Some teams, well, perhaps forgetting that that's the call, but I've seen a few run it today as well.
Well, the wind's been a huge impact on the whole games today. Quite a few sides kicking the ball out on the full. Not reading the wind and the fact that it has. But Richards has been a good leader for the Cookies, always putting his hand up to take a hit up.
He's been tidy, hasn't he? As Cook Islands this time, Selwyn Cecil. Yeah, just trying to find a wee bit of momentum. Venturing inside the half, Tuipolotuvea comes in and makes the tackle on Burns, the standoff. Now away to this left edge. The Cooks, and they're up smartly on the attacker.
It's Thomas Zakan.
The Tongans.
Here comes Big Preston.
Yeah, Tui Afiso. 18 minutes remain. 26 points to 12, the lead Tonga. But now maybe Richard can put a fend on and find a player in support. But he's just left it on the turf.
Referee said it's been knocked on from Tonga. So the Cookies get another opportunity with the ball. Richards had the ideal right. Sucked in the winger. Just couldn't get that offload well. But the Cookies, another scrum feed. 30 metres out from the try line. What you want to be doing if you were the Cookie side is get your speed men inside the ruck to really make the big Tongan boys move around. Work them out. As we come off the back of the scrum.
Here they go, the Cooks.
Demetrius Rere settles first.
Now it's a chance for Amma Kave. They're coming in and shutting down this running one off the ruck well, Tonga. Now a bit of width here for the Cooks. The Khan tries to free up a player on his shoulder. And it's Patiro who plays it back. Can they crack them here? The Cooks, players away to the right, opting to hold it up. Tirore.
The shape was good, but they had the outside backs a little bit too flat for the attacker.
Ama Akave motions for players to come away to the right and right in front of the sticks. And the last here for the Cook Islands. What can they conjure up out on this left edge? They got numbers, they got players, but swamped. And will be a turnover. Selwyn Cecil. No, there was not much he could do there. Had a red wall in front of him.
Great work, Tonga. Numbers were there for the attacking play from the Cook Islands, but Tonga scrambled deep, shuts it down, and that's the end of it.
They try and find something defensively on a set here. Cook Islands force a mistake. They can. They just that ability that Tonga have had today from inside their own red zone, their own half. Second or third tackle, they find the Tuipulotu or other attacking talent can break open.
Speaking of the man.
Well read this time. Shut down the space, but again, good momentum out of dummy half for Tonga. Close though to the touchline. Some good inroads from their own red zone. On the set, Tuipulotu he's driven to ground. Carlos Samuel tried his heart out this afternoon. Now just holding up the pass, weak kick along the ground, beautiful play. It's gone backwards, and so still with Tonga. Olesio.
Go, Willie!
Tonga, they get the reset.
Right in front of the sticks. We're going to get some go forward. Sua.
Atapana Sua, danger man. The two-hit combo alongside Rodney Tuipulotu.
Here it is, that angled run again. Elo
Go, Mahanga!
trying to get set on defence. Slower play of the ball, but still on here for Tonga. Decoy runners. Power close to the line. Can they make their way over?
Go again, Willie!
Cook Island holding on.
Very, very close. They go again. This time do they score it?
Mika
Right on the
Ele.
line, yep. Michele Elo gets it. But take your hat off to the momentum that the fullback Alekisio Falau created.
As you take a look, William Payne holds the ball up for his side. And then Falau just hits, spins, drive, look at the leg drive. But he gets the quick play to ball, which allows the next play to come forward and straight off the ruck there. That's the second rower, Michaele Ilau. Scores a third drive for Tonga in the second half. Takes the points, our score now 30 points to 12 with the conversion to come. Falau, he was a part of the build-up to that try. Makes his second attempt. Unsuccessful with the first one.
Well, now obviously your cultural advisor for Pasifika Aotearoa Collective, and done a fantastic job putting this event together. Some trying times obviously over the last few years, but you must be so impressed with the buy-in that you've had from clubs, obviously the wonderful support we've had from New Zealand Rugby League, the Warriors, and further afield right around Aotearoa.
Everyone's looking for pathways to be developed to help our team strengthen our high-performance spaces. And so knowing that all our different nations were having games here and there, and not quite organised in terms of consistency, but being able to hold this competition, the PYC, formerly known as the Perla competition back in its time. But now with the Warriors on board, NZRL on board, we're able to display high-performance rugby league while also having an opportunity to represent your cultural heritage.
It's good to have a hub, isn't it? Good to have a one-stop shop where all the eyes can be on these young men as they represent their nations with pride. And it's Tonga who are looking good at the moment. Final game of the afternoon, day one, Pasifika Youth Cup.
It's the captain, Tuipulotu Vau.
I think they're expecting Taki Noa again, but at the time, the skipper carting it forward.
Lokotui Jr., wingers coming in to do a bit of work.
You like to see that, don't you, off the edge, getting involved, getting hungry. This is Basin, which is forward halfway.
Second hit up already over the halfway line, Tonga.
Lovely work, Fale. Out of dummy
Starting to
half.
run away with the match.
Filo. Yeah, Tonga just managing to free the ball in contact, aren't they? And this is how they're finding the space. And this is how they'll score another try, will they? Yes. Brilliant work, and it's Fale. Maka Fale who gets it for Tonga.
You could see in the build-up to the set, they were breaking that advantage line, bending the line back, and with each play, the momentum just created and built, and eventually they find the space out wide. Mika Fale with just a fullback to beat. And Tonga, another try here in the second half, really running away with the match. The defending champions showing their worth, showing their value. Samoa, Aotearoa, New Zealand Māori will keep an eye on this match. As the score now stretches out a little bit further, 34-12, conversion to come.
Wins today for Tonga development, remembering there are two divisions, the Championship and the Premiership. This match is coming out of the Premiership at the Pasifika Youth Cup, of course, the defending champs, Tonga. Fiji today also in the Championship a win, and Samoa a tight contest against Aotearoa, New Zealand Māori the win. A long tournament. Chance though important to make a real statement on day one.
Another change of goal kicker. Atelea Filo, unsuccessful with his attempt. Score remains as is, as we take a look. Mika Fale powers over the fullback, shrugs him off. And Mika Fale gets his name on the scorecard. 34-12. So under 10 minutes to play. Cookies though slowly making their way back. You can tell it's the heat, time of the day, but also a bit of sting just being zapped out of them with their last try.
Well, a chance to rest and recover for these players heading into day two. I'm worried about my car parked out on the street. I think I've probably got a parking ticket. You're parked in a loading zone. You would surely you'd have pride of place here. You'd have your own parking.
At their VIP parking today, my mate.
As we go again, and just getting to that stage of the game now. A few tired bodies, accuracy, execution as you'd expect late in the day, dropping away.
Power of the wind too. Take nothing away from the environment, the power of the wind. As I've said, we've had a few teams kick the ball out on the full. But we are coming down to the last minutes now of the final game.
Full of running, Tonga. And why not? They are 34 points to 12 to the good, and have looked every part the champion side here, just finding space like that. Filo again. Had players and support, decided to hold the ball.
Pautoa read the play well.
Very close to that touchline too. Hone is, they come again. Just patient build up. It's been one of the hallmarks of their play. Haven't forced it, have they? Just waited for the opportunity, the gap to present itself, and just ghosting through again, and they'll score another. And it is Marlon Tuipolotu who gets another for Tonga.
Just looked up what was in front of him. Identified that the Cook Island defence was standing quite high. So he goes underneath the big boys. And Marlon gets his name on the scorecard. And if you do look at that scorecard, you got Tuipolotu there, you got the goal kicker Norman Tuipolotu at halfback, and now Marlon Tuipolotu adds his name as they wave the 676 on the shirts. Humate Matunga. Another change of goal kicker. Here's Norman Tuipolotu.
Well, you can't see it, folks, on our screen, but we talk about these young men, Hone being the stars of tomorrow, the future of our game. But just off to the left of our commentary position here, we can see the young kids, probably 6 or 7 years of age. They've been running around all day. Of course, heaps of energy, heaps of chocolate in the system.
That was meant to be the ball boy and the tee boy for all the games, but they started to make their own game. And so another game on field 2 if you are present, if you are thinking of coming tomorrow.
The kids have been running around enjoying the day. Why not? It's been a real festival atmosphere.
Conversion unsuccessful there from Norman. 38-12. Just under 7 minutes remaining in our final match today.
Here they are there. And I just think some of those kids, they've been running all afternoon. No water either. Don't know where they get the energy. Just looks tired watching them.
Pathways.
Pathways and sugar, I think. The combination.
Back to the footy. Richards, the captain for the Cookies.
And again,
starts us off.
Yep.
Goes deep. Looks for Rodney Tuipolotu. Plenty of energy left in him.
Charging run.
Wanting to show the example on how he wants to finish this match.
Tuipolotu there this time. Kotui Jr. to ground and generating some real speed out of dummy half, getting them on the front foot again. Tuipolotu there, finding support. Basin will streak away. A despairing dive, but in the end, put it down to Tuipolotu there. Mosesi Basin caps it off for Tonga.
We've talked about him at the start of the match. MVP, captain of Tonga. He was also participated in the Māori tournament. But Rodney, look at him, head down. Drives through two players. Goes over the 30, the 40, gives it to Basin. Basin thought, oh, look out to the wingers. Now I've got this. Wearing the number 8 on his back.
When their speed out of the ruck, whether it's the hooker, acting half, has been superb and generating so much momentum even at this late stage. They've looked brilliant.
Well, Tonga, they know they're playing in front of their home crowd. They are the host of our tournament, and so there's a bit of expectation on their shoulders, wanting to make sure that their families are happy with the outcome. As we see Basin ping the ears back, he's indicating to his coach, I'm a centre.
Great work on the dive in the end, AJ Otoa. But there's some serious wheels on Mosesi Basin.
Conversion was successful. Takes our score 44-12. It's been some real tight matches today.
It's been a great afternoon. Entertaining. This one tight for a while, but in the end, the class of Tonga has really shone through. As you've talked about throughout the game, Tuipolotu Vea,
the Cookies,
been central to it.
Changing their tactic. The plan was don't kick it to Rodney.
Tonga again and again. Frank Vainuku looking for another one. He's got plenty of toe, plenty of gas. They won't stop him.
Yeah, it's a hat trick for Frank Vainuku.
That's 3. Frank Vainuku.
Just when the Cookies thought, let's keep the ball away from the big threat, they find another one in Frank Vainuku.
He's kicking again.
As he comes out of his own half, they take the blind side, and Frank looks up and identifies the space behind the markers. Steps on the inside of the fullback.
Gee, that is some serious toe this stage of the game. And of course, the Cook Islands have done well to try and hang with them, but there's been a lot said today about the first sort of game of the season. But a lot of these players, as you've talked about today and others, have trained a long time to be here. Put some serious work in over the summer, and at the moment for Tonga, it's really showing.
Another change of goal kicker. It's Mikaele Ilai.
This time he gets it. So 50 up for Tonga. They cracked the half century. Mikaele Ilai. We hope you're enjoying our coverage throughout Aotearoa, around the Pacific. Live and exclusive on Sky Sport, thanks to our friends from Stream Shop and Pasifika Aotearoa Collective. Ingi, Tony, Hone, JD and the team, everybody involved in this wonderful event. It's been a long time planning. A lot of work goes in behind the scenes, and we've been treated today to what we've all wanted, some quality rugby league as Richards into the final couple of minutes. How often do you see that? Off the uprights, and now Tonga will look to use the momentum. Brilliant offload and streaking away
The T-boy almost got in the way.
Naufahu puts a fend on, tries to spin around the defence. Tavita Naufahu to ground, but Tonga looking for another easy as you like. Vainuku, about 8 players on him. They don't want him over again.
Mahanga, hold your shape.
But Tonga just rampant, picking their spots at will. There's the bounce, there's the take, and there is the try. Matiasi Lolesio gets it. They all had a touch in that one.
Lolesio benefits of the hard work done up at the end of the field from Frank Vainuku. But it came off the back of the kickoff. Out of nowhere, it hits the upright. It looks like it was going out on the full.
How often do you see this one?
And then off the upright, but Tonga. As soon as the ball hit the ground, they had no nonsense football in their minds. Straight off the kickoff, the offload here. Tevita Naufahu tries to get on the outside of the fullback AJ Pautoa, but Pautoa up to the task. And as they restart, Norman Tuipolotu throws the long ball, touched by the Cookies. And easily in the corner, Matiasi Lolesio.
Lovely to watch, good hands in the end. Pressing Samai to finish.
Mikaele, pressure on him, he got the earlier conversion.
This time it holds up, won't get there. Tonga have been impressive, haven't they? They have laid down a market. Some display. Cook Islands can be proud. They played their part. They kept it tight. Good finish to the first half, but just a runaway train at the Tonga in the second half. And that is the game. A comfortable win in the end for Tonga to round out day one of the Pasifika Youth Cup for 2023. Plenty of action to come over the next few days, but it's Tonga who get it done here over the Cooks. 54 points to 12.